That fucking, I bought a wrap, all right, whatever it was. It was like, what do they call lettuce wrap? And I'm like, this will be kind of good. And it was just a fucking hunk of meat with lettuce around it.
Dude, the lettuce couldn't even hold it together. There was so much meat product.
Are you kidding?
So much meat product. It was like pot roast, but it was venison. It had that, that stringy thing to it. Dude, and me and Jimmy were joking all the way back to the hotel that it was like, the way it came in is the way it's coming out, man. There was no breaking down of this.
You ate it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it tasted good.
It was delish.
Well, I like a little bit of deer. That's why I kill my own food. Uncle Ted will tell you all about venison. I make venison milkshakes. We get it, Ted. You're an outdoorsy fella.
You kill your own food. We get it.
Uncle Ted doesn't let anybody tell him what kind of preservatives to put in his food. Uncle Ted and Charmaine, we make our own food. We have cookbooks. I wear venison as a hat. I wipe my ass with deer meat. We know, Ted. We get it. You're rustic.
I love Jimmy's Ted's impression. You got to do the one about how he has to tell us how it is because we're not smart enough to figure this stuff out.
Well, you know how it is. Guys like Hillary Clinton and Al, not so sharp. And I'll tell you how it is. Sit down, relax. Let Uncle Ted steer the ship for a while. Thanks a lot, Uncle Ted. We don't know nothing about guns. You tell us. We get it. You've read everything.
We're stupid. We get it.
We're all just liberals, Uncle Ted. Set us straight, would you?
Please, Uncle Ted.
Come on, Uncle Ted. Learn me a little something.
As you're feeding us a venison burger, can you tell us about politics?
That's right. It's like when you're hunting and you're out there and you see the prey and you line them up. That's what America's all about. Yeah, kind of like when we did it to the Indians and the blacks. We get it, Ted. You're a pioneer.
While you're sewing me a raccoon hat, please tell me about the election coming up.
Deer meat sucks a bag of dicks, Ted. I hate to tell you that. I ate it. It was like a heart, but it was meat. I ate a fucking meat heart with lettuce wrapped around it. Here's your meat heart, sir. Shovel it into your asshole, because that's how it's going to be in 25 minutes. That's how I should have eaten it. I should have gotten on my back and put my legs up in the air, and they should have mallet pounded it into my asshole, so I could have went and shoved it right back out. I saved myself the indigestion.
I think they have a shit factory in the kitchen where if you ate the venison lettuce wraps, they give you an opportunity to save 10% on the bill if you just go in the back room and shit it out for the next person. No one will know the difference.
If you can get it on the lettuce, you get 10% off. That way they can just reserve it. I like some venison on some lettuce, but I don't like lettuce because the Mexicans pick it, and they're not American. Let Uncle Ted's. All right, Uncle Ted, we get it. You're a patriot.
Thank you very much.
All right, just sit down, just sit back, put my feet up, a little overconfident considering I'm a hillbilly who plays the guitar. Come on, sit down and play Cat Scratch Fever. Uncle Ted will straighten you out. Let me get it, Ted. You have a gift.
Let me tell you why we should shoot everything in sight. God.
What about cop killer bullets? Cop killer bullets, there's no such thing as a hollow point of bullet. All right, Ted, we understand. Fine. Can you let us have 1 point, please?
Right. He won't allow it.
He won't allow 1 point.
Ted won't allow it.
Well, don't sometimes kids accidentally kill themselves? Oh, that's just the big myth. They're killing themselves. It's actually liberal books that are falling on their heads. The guns are actually stopping them from killing themselves. Sit down, Uncle Ted. We'll straighten you right out. We get it, Uncle Ted. It's all the Jews.
Keep going, Jimmy. I
can't.
Uncle Ted.
Very energetic.
Uncle Ted.
When Uncle Ted hits me, I do.
Fuck, every time he's on our show, it's the
Uncle
same
Ted.
thing.
I know,
It really
I
is.
say nothing.
We like him on the show.
Is.
We do like him on the show.
I
but
happen to like Nugent a lot.
He's
a bit much. He called me a liberal one time.
I know.
Dumbbell.
We just have an observation. That's
He
all.
assumes because you're in the media in some way, shape, or form that you're liberal. And of course you're more liberal than him. So
who isn't?
Exactly. So it's like you're a bleeding heart, left-wing, liberal ass.
Well, we were talking about that, and then he was talking about Iraq, and I like to go over there and shoot the big AR-14. I'm sure you do. But then he said something about, you've never been there. I'm like, well, yeah, I have. You know, I was in the fucking C-130s over in Iraq entertaining troops, and then he kind of backed off. Like, oh, okay.
But you didn't go out in the combat. You didn't go out in the battle zone, did you? Well, Uncle Ted was out in the battle zone.
Yeah,
I'm sure Uncle Ted was. Uncle Ted's very famous. They wanted to be around Uncle Ted. Nephew Jim is not as famous, so Nephew Jim just showed up and got on the plane and sat there like the little liberal commie pinko that he is, and entertained the troops for free. But they paid me in rubles and other Russian things because I'm a commie. Get it, Uncle Ted?
But Uncle Ted was playing paintball with the locals.
He certainly was. Uncle Ted gets paid in red, white, and blue things, whatever they are. Give me a flag, I'll wrap it around my head and fly home by myself because I'm Uncle Ted and you're a commie-loving Jew.
And he can't relate to the average man because he talks about how we should all be able to shoot our own fucking food. It's like, dude, we don't live on a 1,000-acre farm like you do, you idiot.
Blast a friggin' rocket off.
Half of us are lucky to have
going to land on your property.
Half of us are lucky to have a quarter acre. I mean, God.
Yeah. Listening to Nugent talk about hunting and guns is like listening to Gene Simmons talk about women.
Yeah.
It's like your view makes sense, but for the majority of us, it is